Welcome to BadBoyMowerParts.com. In this video, we are going to show you how easy it is to install a new choke cable on your 2016 and older MZ and MZ Magnum. Now let's get started. To complete this job, you will need one 1/2 inch open end wrench, one 9/16 open end wrench, one T25 torque driver, one shop towel, one zip tie, and one pair of diagonal cutting pliers. To remove the existing choke cable, you must first open up the engine bay by moving the engine cover plate. To do this, loosen the carriage bolts which hold the engine cover plate to the frame. These bolts are located on the right and left side of the frame by the engine. With the 1/2 inch open end wrench, loosen the bolts just enough to push the shoulder on the bolts through the square holes. Don't remove the nuts entirely, as this will allow the back engine cover to swivel downwards to give better access to the engine. Now, remove the two carriage bolts and nuts that are located on the very back and bottom of the engine frame. Use the shop towel to protect the rear engine cover plate from getting scratched up on the ground. Gently let the engine cover plate swivel down and rest on the towel you have put down. Next, use the T25 torque driver to loosen the screw that holds the choke cable in place on the engine bracket. Once the bracket screw is loose, slip the cable out of the choke mechanism on the engine. Be sure to note how the cable is connected so you will know how to connect the new cable later on. Now lift the seat and locate where the choke cable is mounted to the console frame. Use the 1/2 inch open end wrench and 9/16 open end wrench to loosen the nuts holding the cable in place on the console frame. The 1/2 inch open end wrench will be used on the top nut, and the 9/16 open end wrench will be used on the bottom jam nut holding the cable in place. Once you have loosened the jam nut, you will need to slide it off of the end of the cable. Cut the zip tie holding the cable in place and slip the cable out of the console frame. Once you have removed the old cable, unscrew the jam nut on the new cable to get it ready to install. To install the new choke cable, run the cable through the designated hole in the console frame. Before running the cable through the frame hole, make sure to put the nut all the way down on the cable and hand tighten. There are threads on the cable, so you can fasten it to the console frame. Install your replacement zip tie and leave enough room to route the cable through it. Run the cable through the zip tie and the hole in the frame back to the engine area. When routing the cable, make sure the cable end is positioned correctly. Connect the cable end to the choke arm and route the cable through the engine bracket. Using the T25 torque driver, tighten the bracket as much as possible. This keeps the cable casing in place on the engine so the cable can engage and disengage the choke mechanism properly. Once connected, test the cable to ensure it is engaging and disengaging the choke arm on the carburetor. Once the cable is tested and working properly, tighten and clip your zip tie. Next, pull the rear engine cover plate back up into position. With the 1/2 inch open end wrench, reinstall the two carriage bolts and nuts which connect the engine cover plate to the rear of the frame. Don't forget to tighten the carriage bolts on the side of the frame where the engine plate pivots. Go back and tighten the jam nut holding the choke knob in place on the console frame. You have now successfully installed a new choke cable on your MZ or MZ Magnum. From all of us at BadBoyMowerParts.com, thank you for watching. If you liked our video, be sure to give it a like and remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos regarding servicing and maintaining your bad boy mower.